There are 3 easy steps in creating a resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
All right, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Live with Mariners Polytechnic College's Foundation of Legaspi Albay Incorporated. And today we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, VXI, Probe, and Innodata. So before we start, may we invite everybody for the opening prayer followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
All right. So, again, welcome everyone. By the way, my name is Joyce from jobs180.com. I will be your host for today's session, and we are live via Jobs 180 Facebook and Jobs 180 YouTube page. And we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. All right. So, to officially start today's session, may we invite Dr. Nila B. Onyate, the Vice President for Academic Affairs and ASEAN Engineer, to give us the opening remarks. Dr. Nila, good morning po.
Good morning. Okay, so, uh, okay na. So, in behalf of our president, I was tasked to give you an opening remarks, which I think I am supposed to close this session. But anyway, sabi nga ni, let us all be prepared for any activities, especially that we are preparing our students in their future career. And activity is really very important in order to enhance the competence of our students and, of course, for the companies that they would be applying for. So, career advancement is the upward trajectory of a person's professional journey. And this will help our graduating students progress when they land a job after their graduation here at Mariners Legaspi, from an entry level position to management and transitioning from one occupation to another. And this activity is really a jump start to your professional developments in students. Okay, so upscaling the skills will enable you to better manage your task and broaden the knowledge in order to progress and increase performance in the workplace. And this career enhancement activity means that developing the knowledge, skills, and competencies of the staff to improve the effectiveness and efficiency both of the individual and the company as well. And the companies must be prepared also with employees who can handle pressures effectively and reduce the risk of falling victims to the altered scenario, which can cause stress leading to illness. And this is where career enhancement is important as an employee. If you are confident that you are knowledgeable in your assigned tasks, you can never fail in performing your uh, responsibilities. And the activities aligned this morning, uh, the they will be taught on some job applications using the resume link, hiring in the new normal, dressing up for success, answering virtual interviews. These activities are going to upscale your competencies. Kasi it is very important that right from the start of your journey to your future career, you must be prepared for interviews, for and how you dress properly. Okay, so it will be enhancing your personalities. And to be successful in your chosen field, you must become a lifelong learner. Okay, because lifelong learning is important to ensure the competitiveness in the development of employability in the long term. Okay, and this lifelong learner, you as a lifelong learner, yung mga students natin, to be future career women, career men. So it recognizes that humans have a natural drive to explore, learn, and grow, and encourages us to improve our own quality of life and sense of self worth by paying attention to the ideas and goals that inspires us. And then, if you hone your soft skills for career progressions, this means that you sharpen skills. Okay, then another thing is you should set goals regularly, and having goals as you perform your jobs assigned to you when you are already employed. This will help you focus and create a set of achievements during a specific time in school. Through goal setting, you will learn to focus your time and resources more efficiently. Okay. You will gain motivation as well when you lack motivation or simply want to give up. And lastly, challenge yourself. Okay. So by setting your personal goals, trigger new behaviors, and it helps guide your focus and helps you sustain that momentum in life. So goals also help align your focus and promote a sense of self mastery. So these are some of the words of advice I'd like you to remember, our dear students. And if you want to be successful in life, so success is attained not only in career, you have to be aware of the work-life balance. What do I mean by work-life balance? Okay. So work-life balance is the state of equilibrium where you equally prioritize the demands of your career and the demands of one's personal life. Because some of the common reasons that lead to a poor work-life balance includes the increased responsibilities at work, working longer hours, stress with the superiors, and many other more, many others. Okay, so let me likewise congratulate the organizers, the company, ano ba itong company ito? The jobs180.com. Okay. And of course, the SIP coordinators, Ms. Malu Impig, and the resource speakers for your for sharing your ideas in today's enhancement seminar, Ken. And of course, to the students who have participated uh, this morning. So, good morning, and I hope that you will enjoy uh, the topics that will be shared with you by the speakers who are really credible enough to give you uh, the necessary tips, necessary skills, and other things that you will need in your future job. So, good morning and welcome to this activity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nila, for gracing the event. And of course, we hope to give the audience po a worthy webinar, of course, with the help of our esteemed guest speakers from different industries for today's session. So thank you so much, ma'am. So as usual, for our audience today, please comment your names, or if you're here na, um, please, again, comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk po. So the Q&A will happen after each speaker's presentation. So please don't forget to tag and share this to your friends too kung wala pa po sila rito. There will be an evaluation and attendance link for this session, and we will release them po at the end of this session. So please ask your classmates to join na. And if you're here na, please kindly hit the heart react yan sa inyong Facebook if you're watching through um, Facebook page, Jobs 180. Ayan. So again, the eval and the attendance link will be released at the end of this session. Okay. So here's our schedule for today. So we have 4 topics for today's session. So we have first job applications using the resume link, which will be discussed by jobs180.com. Next, we have the hiring in the new normal by Miss Cherry May Antonio of VXI Global. Dressing up for success by Miss Jessica Galang of Probe. And last topic is answering virtual interviews, which will be discussed by Miss Shena Filomeno of Innodata Knowledge Services. Okay, so again, shout out to everyone who is here na. Again, please comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk. Pwede nyo pong ipunin ngayon pa lang yung questions nyo na naiisip nyo na meron kayo for our speakers. So yan po yung mga topics na sa inyong screen. So please, wag po kayong mahiyang magtanong. This is your chance to ask before you face the real adulting thing or the world of work. And so isang SEM na lang, gagraduate na kayo. Ayan. So yung mga questions na nasa isip ninyo, pwede nyo pong i-ask today sa ating webinar. Okay, so to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all hashtag learn together. So kilalanin na po natin ating unang speaker. So for our first topic, which is job applications using the resume link. So he has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. So the managing director from jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No, not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag natin resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at doon ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan. Okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo, gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay, wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So, you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off, switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or anong mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito, kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. Na ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma. Diba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga, hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan, ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede ka mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda yung sample yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng ganun kasi mga sample na profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Ina sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, panakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So, you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan, blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang gano'n na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na, anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay rin ng HR napapabilis because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Diba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Diba? Gets yung mga ibig ko sabihin. Huwag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pa nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do you do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real-time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay ito paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik, hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year, ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position, and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into 1 page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante lang ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that 1 page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secure na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data. Pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi. O, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. Benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you share. Gusto mo siya i-private message, gusto mo i-send via Viber, kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang job street resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com or email us, email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Kim. So again, once again, good morning to our audience. Good morning. So if you have questions regarding the topic, resume link, please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. So Sir Kim here, joining us today on the for the Q&A, will of course answer all your questions. Ayan. So, huwag po kayong mahiyang magtanong. This is your chance to ask. Ayan, isang sem na lang graduate na mariners. Oof. And so, of course, kung nahihiyang mag-ask, you can ask Miss Malu para si Miss Malu po ang sabi sa atin ng questions nyo. Pero syempre, mas easier for us to read the questions po if nasa comment section na siya directly. Ayan, thank you. So, while waiting for questions, Sir Kim, may mga offline questions tayo. So, first, what do you think would be the advantages po, or what are the advantages of being prepared as early as now po, no, ng mga applicants?
Based on experience ito kasi when I was in your position at the time na I was about to graduate, nagpapanik ako eh. Nag-iisip ako ano dapat ko ilagay, ano mga things na parang don't be a crammer. Ayan, yun ang gusto ko sabihin. So, hagat maaari, mas maaga, mas better you prepare na. Gawin nyo na yung resume link nyo, huwag yung isipin na, next sem pa naman ako gagraduate. Diba? Gawin nyo na ngayon para you can start to build up your information and your portfolio. Most especially yung mga portfolio portion nyo. Kasi sa panahon ngayon, nakikita ko marami sa mga applicants, dyan sila nagsa-stand out eh. Dahil imagine, diba, kung pare-pareho kayo magkakaklase, pareho kayo naman ng course, pareho kayo ng school na pinasukan, pareho kayo ng teachers, pare-pareho naman lahat, diba? So how will you stand out? Dyan nagkakaiba yan, diba? Kung paano mo pinipresent yung sarili mo ngayon to that prospective company. Okay, so wag na magpanic, wag nyo na antayin yung later pa, gawin nyo na ngayon. Okay? Yan yun.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Kim. So another question is, what's the other use for, or what are the other uses of resume link? Can I only use it for job applications?
Ano ang pwedeng usage ng resume link other than job applications?
Yes,
Okay. One is you can keep your information for your own reference, for your own profile. Because you never know kung kailan mo siya kakailanganin. Okay? So, hindi naman dahil naghanap ka ng trabaho, tsaka ka lang gagawa ng resume link. This is for all ages, no? Kahit ikaw ay may trabaho na, nawalan ng trabaho, about to retire, halimbawa lang, no? Or you're still in school, you're in senior high school, you're in first year, second year, or third year ng college nyo, no? Hindi nyo pa yan gagamitin now for job hunting, pero bakit nga ba kayo gagawa na ng resume link? Kasi una, gusto mo ma-secure gusto mo makuha yung link na gusto mo, yung preference mo. Halimbawa lang, example ko kanina, John Santos. Kung ikaw si John Santos, tapos may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, edi ang likelihood na makuha mo, wala na. Napunta na dun sa taong naunang John Santos. 'Di ba? So, just in case lang, 'di ba? Ikaw yung tipong ganun, gusto mo ikaw yung mauna na mayroong ganung link, then might as well go for it and register na. Then another thing na nakita ko diyan is at any point in time, pagka biglang kakailanganin mo, halimbawa, 'di ba, naligaw ka sa isang lugar, tapos may nakita ka na mayroon pagkakataon na mag-invite sa inyo ng trabaho, then you can use your resume link. 'Di ba? Hindi mo kailangan ihanapin sa cellphone or sa computer mo o saan man yung file. Another thing that na-encounter ko is that later on when you graduate, your school or other organization might invite you to share some inspirational message or to grace the event for an opening remarks. Depende kung ano, 'di ba? Sometimes iimbitahin ka na ng mga ano mo ng school mo, ng alma mater mo or ibang affiliation mo na association. So when they invite you, they will normally ask for your profile. Hassle yun, di ba? Kasi dami-dami mo ginagawa. Ang busy-busy. Tapos, isipin mo pa, hala, ano ba bibigay kong profile, di ba? Hanap ka pa ng information. Ito, mabilis lang. Pag kami nagtanong sa inyo, di ba, pwede ka ba maimbitahan sa aming event? Halimbawa, for you to share some message, can we get some information from, para ma-introduce kayo properly? You can just simply say, yes, you can check my resume link, johnsantos.jobs180.com. O, di ba, ganun lang. Di ba, bigay mo kaagad yung resume link mo. So, alam na nila yung information na pwede nila makita. O, di ba? Yan para sa akin yung mga advantages, no, na walang connect sa paghahanap ng trabaho, pero you'll able to use your resume link.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, last question po. With all the online resume builder and or resume template maker today, what's the best thing about resume link?
The best thing about resume link for me is yung security tsaka real-time update niya. So when I say security, because you control your privacy settings, no, real-time as in 100%. Ikaw mag-dictate, ikaw mag-decide kung ano gusto mo ipakita or itago sa public. So you don't have to worry kung nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa isang kumpanya or sa isang HR, even from at one point in time, kasi pwede mo palit-palitin yung information mo real-time. And speaking of real-time, yan yung pangalawang maganda dyan. Kasi ikaw may hawak hindi mo kailangan bumalik sa kumpanyang in-applyan mo. Example, nag-apply ka sa company 6 months ago. Tapos halimbawa, ayaw mo na mag-apply, ayaw mo na ipagpatuloy yung application mo doon sa company. Hindi mo naman gagawin na pupunta ka sa kumpanya para sabihin, ma'am, nag-apply po ako sa inyo 6 months ago. Pwede ko na ba kunin yung resume na sinubmit ko sa inyo? 'Di ba? Hindi mo naman normally gagawin 'yan. Although if you do that, I'm sure the HR will try to look for it and give it back to you kung hindi pa nila naitapon or na-shred, 'di ba? Pero normally we don't do that, no? Kasi syempre, alam mo na, oras mo rin 'yan. Now, using the resume link, the good thing here is that you can always change the settings because of your preference. And another thing is, when you have submitted your resume link online, halimbawa nakapag-submit ka na, tapos nagbago isip mo, for whatever reason, ayaw mo na ipagpatuloy yung application mo sa kumpanya, you can just click that withdraw button, withdraw application button. Ganun lang. No, so pag kinik mo yung withdraw application button, lahat na info mo dun sa company na sinubmitan mo, dun sa specific position na yun, wala na, tanggal na rin siya. No, pero hindi ko sinasabi na mag-trigger happy kayo. Baka ang gawin nyo, click, 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 kasi sabit, tapos biglang click, 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 withdraw. Huwag nyo naman gagawin ganun, di ba? Huwag nyo paglaruan. You have to take your application seriously if you want the companies to take you seriously then. Okay, so yun lang. Yan ang mga nakita kong practical applications niyan. Oh, by the way, one more pa, Ma'am Joyce. Ito, nung contact tracing days, 'di ba? Nung 2 years ago, last year, may mga contact tracing sa mga establishment. Yan na ginagamit ko pag pumupunta ako sa mga bangko, sa mga mall, sa mga grocery. Sinusulat ko lang doon pangalan ko tapos resume link. Tapos na. Wala na ako nilalagay mga phone number, email and everything. Pag hinaharang ako ng guard, sasabihin ko lang, "Sir, lahat po na information ko nandiyan na. Ipapakita ko pa. Ita-type ko sa phone ko, sabi ko, yan, sir, tingnan nyo. So magugulat yung guard. Ay, oo nga, no. Pati Facebook, pati mga ibang contact details, nandiyan na rin pala. O, di ba, sir? Kaya ko lang naman nilalagay yung aking resume link para lang maprotektahan yung information ko. Kasi ayaw kong meron lang someone dyan na dumaan, stranger, tapos bilang pipicturean na lang yung record sheet, di ba? Yung information sheet. So, alam na niya buong detalye ko. Yun lang naman, di ba? So, you can use this to your advantage now that you know that there is a resume link that exists. Okay?
Alright.
Ayan. Mm.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim. So, I think nahihiya pa nga ating mga audience. You still have
Oo,
time,
nag-warm
guys.
up pa yan. O, tanungin nyo yung susunod na mga speakers natin kasi yung mga very interesting topics din nila. So, buhuso sa kanila yung mga questions nyo. Ayan, no? I'm
Mhm.
sure they will be able to answer you din. Yan po.
Or kung may naisip pa kayong topics or I'm sorry, questions po regarding resume link, feel free lang na ilagay ang inyong ang questions sa inyong comment section, and of course, we'll have again Sir Kim po for the Q&A later. Ayan, so kung may questions pa rin kayo. So thank you so much, Sir Kim. So I think no more questions po from the audience. So again, guys, if you're interested to or if you'd like to know more about Jobs 180 resume link, you may visit our website. It's www.jobs180.com. And of course, for more job opportunities, you may also visit our website. It's www.jobs180.com. Okay, so moving on to our next topic, which is hiring in the new normal. So our next presenter is a self-motivated trainer that has been working in the BPO industry for almost 8 years now. She is a trainer that is passionate about the learning experience of her learners and eager to deliver an exceptional result. So the talent acquisition associate from VXI, Ms. Cherry May Antonio. Hi, Ms. Cherry. Good morning po.
Hi, good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning. Ma'am, can we now test your screen? Share screen.
Sure po. 1 second.
All right. So again, guys, if you have questions po regarding the topics po, we still have three speakers left. So please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. And so huwag po kayong mahiya magtanong. Kindly post it on the comment section. Ayan. I think it's in full screen na, ma'am. So if you're ready po, I'll leave it at po. I'll be back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck, Ms. Cherry.
Thank you, Miss Joyce. Hello, everyone, especially from Mariners Polytechnic School. So, thank you for having me today. So, my name is Sherry, and I'm going to share with you an important topic, which is hiring in the new normal. But before that, I would like to introduce to you first the company that I work for, which is VXI. So VXI is one of the established BPO companies here in the Philippines, or what we call call center. And the VXI was established in Los Angeles, California in 1998. And after that, they expanded their business here in the Philippines in 2003. So VXI live by the tagline passion for people. That's why it's no surprise that as of now, we have more than 50,000 employees across 43 locations worldwide. And here in the Philippines, we have sites in Luzon, we have in Quezon City, Makati, MOA, Bridgetown, and Clark. And in Mindanao, we have sites in Davao, that's SM Ecoland, Robinson's Lanang, Felcris Centrale, Robinson's Delta, and Davao Finance Center. So there you go. That's where I work for right now. That's VXI. Now let's go back to the main topic. And the topic is hiring in the new normal. But before that, let me ask you a question first. So, is there something unusual that I'm wearing right now? Well, I'm wearing a face mask, right? But everyone is wearing a face mask right now. It's no longer new, it's normal because it's now the new normal stage. When we say new normal, this is the term that we use right now on how we live our lives after the coronavirus outbreak. And everyone was greatly affected because of this big change, especially on how big companies run their businesses. So especially here at VXI, we have like changes when it comes to the hiring process. So this is the list of activities that we had during the pre-pandemic stage and now that it's already new normal. So during pre-pandemic, we have open house, wherein when we say open house, for those walk-in applicants that visit the site, so they can participate to activities that the recruitment team will conduct for that day. We also provide like free food, something like that. We also have job caravans wherein the recruitment team will go to restaurants so that those people there in that particular restaurant will have the chance to apply here at VXI. When we say floor walk, this is the time that, or when we say floor walk, this is when recruiters visit the production floor for them to encourage those VXI employees to refer their friends or someone they know to work here at VXI. By the way, when we say production floor, this is where the employees take calls. So there. Also, during pre-pandemic, we have events like Battle of the Bands, dance battle, and other activities. And lastly, we have outdoor activities as well, like out of town events and job fair. On the other hand, now that it's new normal, things have changed already. So we have now the over the phone interview, wherein instead of those applicants walking in the site to apply, they can just undergo with an over the phone interview wherein the recruiter will call them for their initial interview, final interview. Now that it's new normal, we have expanded as well when it comes to online advertising and social media posting. Not only that, we have created Vixie. Vixie is the automated recruitment assistant of VXI, wherein those applicants that would like to apply here at VXI, they can just go to Facebook Messenger and talk to Vixie and ask their questions and to process their application. Lastly, now that it's new normal, we have also conducted virtual engagements and also virtual job fair. So that's going to be easier for our applicants to apply, especially if they're not in that location. Like for example, applicants in QC, and they're currently in their province, so they can attend and they can still apply in VXI by attending virtual job fair. All right, so those are the changes when it comes to hiring process. Now, since we're living in different, or we're living in a new normal stage right now, here at VXI, we always make sure that we observe preventive measure just to make sure that we don't spread coronavirus. Even if the government has loosened up a bit when it comes to the health protocol, we still make sure that we practice safety protocols here at VXI. So this is the list of our best practice to make sure that everyone is healthy. So even if we have some changes now with our face mask use, here at VXI, we still make sure that we ask our walk-in candidates to always wear face mask, just to make sure that our recruiters are also safe. We also check their body temperature. Sanitizers are all over the place, just to make sure that you can practice proper hygiene all the time, right? We also have like our housekeeping team that will make sure that they sanitize those commonly touched areas in the workplace. Workstations are also arranged wherein there's a proper physical distancing until now. And lastly, before the candidate start in their product specific training, for example, if they're already hired, we make sure that they're fully vaccinated If not, we ask them to take an antigen test. Also, for those applicants that apply on site, so we still check their vaccination card. So, here are the things that we observe here at VXI just to make sure that everyone is protected. And should you want to join VXI family, so you can actually use jobs180.com to apply. All you have to do is to visit this website, www.jobs180.com/VXI, and you can use resume link like the one that Sir Kim discussed earlier. So this is where you can see our available positions. And here at VXI, you can actually be a trainer like me. You can also be a team leader wherein you will manage like a small group of agents. If you are fond of like listening to calls and checking as well what are the great things that the agent did on the call or things that they need to work on, so it's like you're very keen when it comes to details, then you can also be a quality specialist in here or analyst. So there are a lot of job vacancies right now here at VXI. So please visit the website www.jobs180.com/VXI. So thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you learned something today. Thank you, Miss Joyce. I'm good.
Yeah. Apologies, ma'am. So, all right. So, thank you so much, Miss Sherry. So, to our audience, and so please, again, feel free to post your questions in the comment section. The floor is now open for questions. So, please post your questions in the comment section. Okay. And so, while waiting for questions, ma'am, I've prepared some questions here. So, first question is, what do you think would be your new normal recruitment screening strategy so you can select the most fit candidate? Well,
That's a good question, Miss Joyce. Since things have changed right now, I believe that VXI have come up to like a more thorough hiring process because we now have this over the phone hiring or over the phone interview, right? So it's a little bit more thorough compared before, wherein there are teams that would be there are teams here at recruitment hub or recruitment team wherein they are the one that will filter those applicants, like check those applicants that are really best for this job, and they actually have their specific task. Like for that team alone, they are in charge with behavioral, for example, just behavioral, and the other team will gauge their communication skills, how they respond, the ability on how they respond to questions. Their critical thinking is also tested. And also there are teams in here wherein they will check their ability when it comes to customer service skills. Like they have like questions that will test if they are best fit to be a customer service representative.
all right. Follow-up questions, ma'am. With the new normal strategies for hiring today with VXI, is it harder po for you ba to hire new
Mhm.
applicants?
Um, well, earlier I said that there are good things about the process now that it's new normal. The downside is since applicants apply over the phone or they are interviewed over the phone, sometimes there are applicants that would really like ask someone to answer those questions, so the interviewer will not know yet that
Mhm.
the person that they're talking to is the right person or not. So credibility is tested, and not only that, you cannot see them as well on how they think, their gesture,
Mhm.
and I think that's the downside because you cannot see them compared to face-to-face interview. Although VXI have already like come up with virtual interviews now, so that even if they're answering the interview at home, at least the interviewer can still see them virtually.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Cherry. Another question is, with the new generation, what are today's employers po, do you think are looking for in new employees?
I'm sorry, Miss Joyce. I think I kind of missed your question. Can you please repeat?
Ayan. So with the new generation, ma'am,
Mm,
what do you think today's employers are looking for in new employees or applicants?
mm-hmm. I think. Well, I'll speak in general. I cannot really speak in behalf with other companies, but here at
Mhm.
I think what we're really looking for above all the skills that are important is this self motivation. Because sometimes even if that applicant is really good at communication skills, they
Mhm.
have all the relevant skills for this job, but when it comes to self motivation, they easily give up if challenges are already there, and they would eventually just resign, or will not continue the training. So I think having that self motivation is a great tool that those applicants should have first, apart from those relevant soft and hard skills, so that whatever challenges go on the way, then they will be able to face it and would still continue.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Mhm. And another question po is it harder to attract new generation employees than the older generation?
Okay. Well, I think the generation right now is quite different compared to the previous generation.
Mhm.
I think it's not really hard because everyone needs a job, right? Everyone needs a job, and with our Gen Zs right now, they are more aggressive. They are more aggressive, and which is also an advantage because they will take the opportunity. They will take the opportunity and try to try their luck with that specific company they applied to. So I cannot really say that it's harder right now, though the changes when it comes to attitude can be a challenge. Like what I said
Mhm.
earlier, they're aggressive, but at some point they easily give up. Like, okay, this is not meant for me. I think I'll just go to a different company. So I think that's the answer to to that question.
And of course, ma'am, what do you think motivates them po from different generations? Kasi 'di ba po for baby boomers, they're quite flexible for
Mhm.
Generation X, I think
Yes.
autonomy ang ano nila, ang motivation nila.
Mm-hmm.
For ano kaya ma'am, for new gen or Generation Z, what do you think ang motivation nila?
Well, basing from my observation, I think they are into like they want to be someone in the
Mhm,
society, to have this achievement, like something that they can be proud of themselves.
mhm,
So I think to achieve that, then they should really take the challenge first and not to give up. And eventually,
mhm,
if you will be able to polish whatever that you're doing in that particular company, you will become someone. Like, for example, maybe in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, you want to become a trainer, then you will be able to achieve that. And that's already like an achievement that you can be proud of yourself. You can be proud of about yourself. So, yeah, I think that's what I see right now. They really want to become someone in the society. So, yeah.
Purpose po 'no, may purpose po yung
Mhm.
Gen Z, ayan. So
Yes.
ayan, so thank you, ma'am. Thank you for answering that one. And, last question is, what would be the best skill to have, in this new normal that, you think will hire you right away?
Mm-hmm. To have this perseverance, I guess. Strong determination would really mean that you'll do whatever it takes just to get the job. And if you don't have that, I think whatever job that you're applying for right now would be quite challenging, because you will rely on what you know, and you will limit yourself from exerting more effort to like really perform well in that interview. So I guess that's something that we really have to or that's something that we need to have, like, for all applicants, because I think that's one of the things that I see that's lacking.
Mhm. Okay. I hope narinig ng ating audience yun, yung skill na hinahanap ng mga employers today. So thank you so much, Ms. Cherry, for answering all our questions. And do you have final words, Puba, since no more questions from the audience? Do you have final words for the graduating students or audience from Mariners?
Well, I think my message is congratulations to all of you, and you're almost done with the sacrifice that you've spent to in your respective school. And once you graduate, maybe you can consider VXI. There are a lot of opportunities here, and if not, then good luck on your career path. And even if, like what I said, the government is now really that strict right now when it comes to wearing face mask, or yeah, I think we should still be aware that aside from coronavirus, we should still make sure that we we wear face mask, especially indoors, like especially if we're inside the mall, just to make sure that everyone is safe. At the end of the day, health is wealth, as they say. Even if you have a job and you get sick, then of course you won't be able to report to work, and your salary will be affected. So it's like a domino effect. So just keep safe, everyone, regardless of your activities.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much, Miss Cherry. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your time and your knowledge for today's session. So, we wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Ingat po, ingat, Miss Cherry.
Ingat po. Thank you so much, Miss Joyce and everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. So, if you're interested to apply at VXI, you may send your resume link directly po to www.jobs180.com/VXI, or sa link na naglarangan dyan sa inyong screen, ilalim ng yung screen. So, you can check those links po later, para makapag-submit kayo ng applications. Ayan. So, thank you, Miss Cherry. And moving on to our next topic, for today is dressing up for success. So our next presenter. So the ESL industry has been her bread and butter for the past years, and she worked for a Korean school in a classroom set up for a year and 6 years in a Japanese online school as a tutor and a team leader. So she is now working as a specialist in one of the leading BPO companies in the Philippines. So the sourcing specialist from Probe Group, Miss Jessica Manansala Galang. Hi, Miss Jessica. Good
Hello
morning
po.
po.
Good morning. Yes. Hi. Good morning,
Hi,
everyone.
ma'am. Good morning. Yeah, ma'am, can we now test your screen?
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. All right. Here you go.
Um, yes, ma'am, it's up. So if you're ready, ma'am, I'll leave it to it po. I'll be back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck,
Okay po.
Miss
Thank you so much.
Jessica.
Thank you too. All right. So, hello, everybody. Good morning. So, by the way, let me introduce myself first. I am Jessica Manansala Galang, and I work for the Probe company. Okay, so first of all, I would like to greet everyone in Mariners Polytechnic Colleges Foundation. Happy Friday and happy holidays too. Okay, so I believe our students here are really excited for the long holidays and also yung mga handaan dyan, diba? So this is one of the time of the year that we are looking forward kasi we get to bond with our families again, diba? But actually, aside from those activities, we have, especially to our graduates or graduating students there, they are looking forward na makapagtrabaho na sooner or later. That's why they are preparing for things like job interviews. Okay. So I am here today to give you an idea kung ano yung magiging discussion natin and the topic as well. So hopefully I can lend me your ears for a while. So let's start. So here, okay, ta-da. So I hopefully you can see my screen. So here I have sample pictures. Okay, so some faces there are really familiar to you, right, guys? Tama ba? Okay, not just the face actually, but also look at their attire, 'di ba? In our generation today, 21st century, ganito yung attire ng mga student or not just student but also young at hearts, 'di ba? Whenever you go, may mga makikita kang ganyang style. And Filipinos, us, we really love to style, 'di ba? Kung ano yung uso, dun tayo bumabagay, 'di ba? And good thing kaya natin dalhin kung ano mang style ang meron sila. Tama? Tama. All right. So here let's have the first part. Okay, so our topic for today is dressing up for success. Okay, so not just females, yung mahilig magdamit, but also male here, diba? We like to try new trends and also experiments, diba? Like for example, Heart Evangelista, diba? She's one of the fashion icon we have today. But for our topic today, okay, so we will try or we will use a different attire for job interviews. So we will discuss about yung mga do's and don'ts kapag may job interview. Well, yung pinakita ko first picture kanina is we can use that outside. Okay, so when we go gala or when we meet friends, yes, we can use those kind of attire. But take note, guys, when it comes to job interviews, magkaiba po tayo. Okay, so hopefully you guys are ready for the first part of our discussion. So, okay, before we start, let's identify ano muna yung physical and virtual interview. Okay, so let's start with the virtual interview. Okay, so when we say virtual, this all started just this pandemic. Okay, so unfortunately, walang pwede or uh, no one can go out kasi nga it's pandemic, 'di ba? But still, BPO companies and other companies as well are still in progress of hiring people, manpower especially, 'di ba? So that's why virtual interview was invented. Okay, so virtual interview commonly we use their Gmeet or yes Google Chat and even Zoom, diba? So I believe some of us here have encountered virtual interview. If not yet, well, hopefully you can try it as soon as possible so that you know the feeling. Okay. Now, when we say physical interview, so kapag physical interview, the company or the recruiters will ask us to visit their office. Okay? So physical appearance, pupunta po tayo sa office nila. Okay? The good thing about with physical interview is you get to meet different people. 'Di ba? Sometimes kung sino pa yung mga katabi mo, sila yung magiging batchmates mo all throughout the hiring process. 'Di ba? Okay, so those are the difference between virtual and a physical interview. All right? So now let's have the first part of our discussion. So during the virtual or physical interviews, here are the things that we should not do and do. So kumbaga do's and don'ts na tayo, guys. Okay? So fret not, guys. Let's don't you worry. I will guide you or give you an idea kung paano dapat manamit ang isang aplikante. Okay? Now, let's have the first one. Time. Okay. So, bakit time? Please look at the two pictures here. So we have the gentleman here. Very happy siya. Okay. So we do not know why he is happy. On the contrary, okay, our lady here looks sad and tired and parang napuyat siya. Okay. So when we say time, okay, we have to be mindful or be ready for our job interview. Okay. On my end, just to share it with you, whenever I do interviews, mapa physical man yan or virtual interviews, I manage to ready all the things na kakailanganin ko a day or days before the interview. Why? Because I don't want to be rattled during the interview. So during the virtual, let's have it virtual. If they say na your interview starts at 9 a.m., then I came at or I logged in at 9:10 or 9:30 na, then I will miss my chance. Kasi I was not prepared. I didn't set my alarm, so I forgot. Okay, that's it for virtual. Now for physical, there are a lot of factors now we can consider too kapag we're having physical interview. So first, if you're not familiar with the place, technically there's a chance for you na maligaw ka, right? Another thing is that yeah, you that's a common actually maliligaw ka talaga, especially kapag hindi ka familiar dun sa lugar. Third, second, traffic. Okay, as you know, it's very common here in the Philippines na kahit saan ka magpunta is may traffic, 'di ba? So we have to be prepared ahead of time. Okay? Tas may nakalimutan mo pa yung resume mo. Then you have to go back and then you'll miss your chance again to start the application or your apply, 'di ba? So we should be mindful of our time. Okay, just to share it with you guys, um, with a virtual interview, I experienced it before. The interview starts at 8 a.m. Then I woke up at 8:03. So syempre nakakahiya 'yun sa aking interviewer dahil ako'y late ng 3 minutes. So with that, good thing my interviewer is very kind na consider niya yung time na yun even though na sobrang tight ng schedule niya. But of course, wag niyo akong gagayahin guys because it's not a good example, okay? As much as possible, when we do interviews, we should be ahead of time. Okay, so give yourself 30 minutes allowance. On my end, I give myself 30 to 1 hour allowance para at least ma-ready ko lahat. Okay, so we're good on the time part. Now let's move forward to the next part of our presentation. Here, for the virtual, it applies to virtual interview background. Okay, so ano po ba dapat yung background? Sabi po kasi ni Miss Jess dun sa picture niya dapat naka-window sa window ganun or dapat clear yung room, dapat white painting. Actually, anything will do. But, okay, so this is one of the best examples of our clean background. Okay, so for the do's, okay, make sure that your room is clean, well lit, and um, away from any distractions. Okay, so look at our ladies here. They look very happy, 'di ba? Well lit yung room, so you will see how beautiful they are. Just imagine if your room is very dark, then you're having an interview. Your interviewer will think na nasaan po kayo, ma'am. Okay? Saan pong lupalop kayo nagtatago? At bakit po kayo nagtatago? Alright? Okay. And also, why do we need clean or malinis yung background natin. But on our picture, there's window. Okay? It doesn't mean like dapat solid lagi. But make sure that your room is away from any distractions. Okay? So later on, I'll show you an example. Okay? Another thing is away from any distractions such as noise. Okay? Noise distraction. Maraming ganon. So, here in Philippines, 'di ba? Okay, in Philippines, during pandemic, hindi natin may iwasan na at ang ating mga parents ay may alagang manok. 'Di ba? That's their favorite child. So during your online classes, sometimes you'll hear the roosters, okay? Kung hindi man yung mga manok is yung mga aso na nag-aaway sa kanto or yung mga pusa na makukulit minsan, 'di ba? So whenever we do interviews, make sure that na medyo malayo kayo sa kanila. Why? Because your interviewer might not hear clearly kung ano yung sinasabi mo. Especially if you're not wearing any headphones or headset. Okay? So make sure also that you check your devices during your interview. Kasi just to share it with you too, I had an experience before interviewing an applicant, and then this applicant is ang tagal niyang maayos yung sa audio niya. It is because hindi compatible yung sa headset niya. But what I did is I still helped her kasi I there's a potential in her, especially dun sa resume niya. Okay? So make sure that you check all your device, okay? Even yung sa camera nyo. Right? So let's see or let's check the don'ts here. All right. So here, first picture we have is a man. And then nagulat siya na may bata sa likod niya. Okay, we do not know kung anak niya yon or who else, but yes, okay. Make sure that na you're away for a while with your family, okay? Sometimes our parents tend to think na we're just playing ML lang tayo ng ML. Di nila alam may mga plano din naman tayo na we sometimes keep it secret from them, 'di ba? Because we want to surprise them. So with that part, for a while, okay, so inform them, Mom, Dad, I'll have my interview. So medyo alis muna ako, lalayo muna ako ng konti. Ganun. Okay? So that para hindi kayo magkagulatan ni interviewer, ikaw, at saka yung parents mo. Okay? Another story to tell you guys is that one time during the interview, I saw the parents of my applicant. Okay, so nagulat siya. Nagulat din ako. So, end up, syempre, ayoko naman tumawa kasi it would be very rude of me if I laughed. But also, I respect their privacy. Okay? It should be just like a simple interview, but pati yung parents niya is nakita ko, which is, it should not be happening. Okay? Also, for virtual background, okay, make sure that you change your background. Okay? Kasi minsan, when we have like gatherings, especially during pandemic, 'di ba? We have these parties, virtual Christmas parties, whatever parties they have, you design a background, 'di ba? Minsan, yung picture ng kapatid mo na tutulog-tulog, yun yung ginawa mong background. Now that you're having your interview, tas nag-on cam ka, magugulat si interviewer, oh, anyari, bakit may natutulog sa likod mo? 'Di ba? Right. Here also we have a person having an interview or a meeting rather. Nasa likod niya si Darth Vader. Eh, what if si recruiter is may takot kay Darth Vader, di ba? So, baka himatay na lang talaga si recruiter at iwanan ka. Okay, just kidding aside, guys. But yes, try to check, especially sa Zoom. Okay, make sure to check your background every now and then kung appropriate ba yung background na ginagamit nyo. Okay? So, good thing Zoom is very friendly. Background friendly siya. Lagi siya may mga options kung ano yung mga dapat na ilagay. Okay? For all locations. So, I think everyone's kilala naman si Zoom, and thank you kay Zoom. Okay? So, we're done with the background part. Now, moving forward, let's have the attire and makeup. Now, this applies to virtual and physical interview. Okay, so kindly look at the picture here. Okay, try to scan the picture. Okay, look at them carefully. Diba ang gaganda nilang tignan? Diba? They're ready to be hired on that certain company. Okay, so let's start with the attire. First, with virtual muna. Okay. So when it comes to virtual, okay, I again experience virtual interviews at home or in different place. Okay, so at home, what I do is I change to a polo, okay, polo or anything that is casual to formal attire but not too formal. Okay, so bigla kang nag-tie dyan, naglagay ka ng ribbon, kainit. Sobrang kainit nun, guys. So please don't do that. All right? Okay. And also, good thing about it is, it's not a good thing, but yeah, yung pang itaas lang naman na yung kailangan baguhin natin, di ba? Sa attire. So, recruiters will not check kung ano yung suot o anong brand yung suot mong pants or kung nakapajama ka lang or you're wearing heels. They don't care about it. What they care is just here. Eto lang naman kasi tinitingnan nila. And also your resume. Okay? All right. So that is for virtual. That applies to male and female applicant. Now for the makeup. Okay. So as they say in showbiz, nadadagdagan daw ng 10, 10, parang 10 something about sa physical feature ng isang tao kapag nasa camera siya. So what I do whenever I have virtual interviews, I add extra makeup. Okay, for females ha. Okay, so I add extra kasi um I am very pale person. Kung hindi ako maglalagay ng something sa mukha ko is magmumukha akong may sakit or multo. So with that, I try to put extra so that hindi ako mukhang antok or puyat or pagod. At least the recruiter, once he or she sees me, oh, ang fresh naman ni ma'am, ni sir, 'di ba? So, with that, but not too much, guys. Okay, baka bigla kayong nag-blue eyeliner dyan. Okay, well, it's up to you. But as much as possible, keep it subtle and natural. Okay. Now, for males, I know not all males wear makeup, but yeah, a little tissue or kahit konting wipes lang dyan, or yes, ganun lang, konting powder. And I know, guys, or kapag, ano na, kapag gising yan, then ayos lang ng buhok, then konting powder or konting wipe lang, tapos na kayo. Diba? Alright? So now let's have the physical naman. Okay, so physical, kung sa virtual is sa taas lang tinitingnan, with physical naman is whole body na yung tinitingnan ni recruiter sa'yo. Okay, so look at this picture again. Okay, so our ladies and our models here, they're wearing casual to formal attire. Okay, so I'm not saying that na every time na mag-interview kayo, you should wear a bow or a tie. Kasi nga, it's a job interview. Okay, as long as you are comfortable. Okay, so for females, we can wear blouse. As much as possible, we should wear yung may mga kwelyo kasi it looks really formal. Okay, then kahit wag na yung sobrang long sleeves, kahit mga 3/4 lang niya. I remember dun sa, nag-apply ako dun sa ibang company. I remember I was wearing a maroon polo shirt na hanggang dito lang siya, and then pants, or I think it was slack that time. Then naka-double shoes lang ako. Then I still got the job. Diba? Very simple, but hindi halatang mag-a-apply, but may trabaho pala. May trabaho na pala ako that time. Okay? And also, ladies, you can wear skirt, but make sure, or I highly recommend, it should be above or below the knee. Okay? Wag naman yung nasa mid part na siya ng thigh. Kasi, first, may hirapan kayo kapag nag-commute kayo. I believe all of us here are some of us here are commuters. So, may hirapan kayo na tendency baka masira siya or biglang, as you know, guys, just be careful, okay? And also for male, okay. So for male naman, slack and also polo shirt or polo will do. Okay. For shoes, ladies, do not wear too high heels. Okay. So hindi po fashion show yung pupuntahan nyo, but a job interview rather. Okay. So again, wear something that you are comfortable. All right. Same with men. So I believe some male here, some male applicants, they sometimes wear um, rubber shoes. Ayan, yung mga favorite shoes na, but not basketball shoes, nor sandals. Okay? Hindi po tayo makikipag-basketball at hindi po tayo makikipag patentero with the recruiter. Okay? As much as possible, look something that na you are comfortable. Kasi when you are comfortable on what you wear, then you can easily express yourself all throughout the interview. Diba? Plus, you know the weather here naman in the Philippines, diba? So, laging mainit, diba? So, wear something comfortable. Then after the interview, you can bring some clothes with you na pwedeng pampalit. Like, kung ayaw mo na mukhang, ano, ayaw mo na mukhang interviewer, okay, so you can change, okay? So K-pop na ulit tayo, diba? Right? Very good, everyone. Now, let's have the next one. Here are the examples of do's or don'ts na wag nating susuotin during the interview, okay? Tamo naman si ate, di ba? Napuyat siya. So, ayan, end up, ayan, pagod siya. Okay? Here, also, we have these five ladies na they're really gorgeous, but be mindful not to wear something na um, too showy or very inappropriate words actually, both male and female. Yung mga shirts na customized shirts na may mga logo, especially offensive words, yes, please avoid wearing those. And also, ladies and gent, please avoid wearing something shimmering like this kasi hindi po Christmas party yung pupuntahan natin. Okay, it's a job interview. Opo. After yung ma-hire, then they invite you to a job to a Christmas party, then that is the time na eto na yung susuotin natin. Okay? All right, very good. Now let's have the virtual posture and body language. Now, again, this applies to virtual and physical interview. So, in this part, okay, so um, us, okay, in this generation, we are focusing too much on our gadgets. That sometimes hindi natin napapansin na nakaslouch na pala tayo. Even when you're sitting down or laying, nakaslouch ka na pala. Okay? So you thought that's a very comfortable position, but it's not. Kasi minamali niya yung posture mo. Now, it's very obvious once na tenga ka dun sa ganung position for a long time, then it shows. Okay? So, hindi po normal yung mga back pain natin dyan. So, there's something wrong with our posture. Okay? So, for virtual interviews, okay, as much as possible, look directly to the camera. Okay? Sit up straight, right? So I think everyone is doing their best. Okay, sit up straight, then look directly in the camera as if that you are talking to your recruiter. Okay, yes, your recruiter is not there with you, but okay, make him or her feel na magkaharap lang kayo. Okay, because um, it's a way for us na it shows that we are sincere on what we are sharing to them. Okay. So, sabi nga nila, eye is a portal to show them, okay? So, make sure that you look them, but not too creepy, guys. Okay? So, baka pinakatitigan mo naman na masyado si recruiter, di ba? He or she feels na, nakakatakot na to. Okay? Even when walking, sometimes they check our posture. Lalo na sa mga mag-a-apply sa FA, um, they check on how you walk, okay, Right. So I'm not a FA actually. I just noticed it. They have a really, really good posture. Okay. So let's make it a practice or habit to check our postures every now and then. Body language too is very important during the interview. Why? Okay. So whenever I do this, technically, titignan nyo yung kamay ko, kung anong ginagawa ng kamay ko, diba? Alright? Or when I'm speaking, let's say nakatingala ako, then I'm having the interview and then nakatingala ako, then my recruiter will think, saan siya nakatingin? Bakit siya nakatingin sa taas? May nakikita ba siya na hindi ko nakikita? Alright. So natakot na din si recruiter. So as much as possible, guys, make sure again to look them directly. Uh, as advice, idea too, okay, I put my hands on my lap, ganto, and then I cross my legs too. I don't know because I make myself or I imagine that I'm in a press conference. Kunwari may press con ako, 'di ba? Tapos ini-interview ako ng mga paparazzi, ganun. So, that's what I do. At least and also avoid moving hand movements. Okay. Kasi baka sumasayaw ka na pala, eh, nahilo na yung recruiter sa'yo. So that's another markdown for you, possible markdown for you kasi nga ang likot mo. Ano nangyayari? Okay, just kidding aside, guys. But yes, okay, so please take note of this as well. It's really important, not just for job interview, but for ourselves as well. And also, you can share this to young people, just let's say your family or your friends. Now, sooner or later, who will have job interviews. Okay. Now, here, smile. Again, this applies to virtual and physical interviews. Okay. So when we smile, okay, it shows that we are very confident. Kung ano man yung itatanong ni recruiter sa atin is masasagot natin ng maayos. Okay. But not too creepy, not too creepy smile na parang tinatakot mo na si recruiter. No. Okay. Just a subtle smile, a natural smile. Okay. So make sure for me on my end, a day before the interview, I practice smiling. Okay. So kunwari is you're in a beauty pageant. Yan, sige, practice. Smile ka lang. Alright? Right? Kasi hindi mapapansin ni recruiter na kinakabahan ka na pala. So it's like we put on a mask, right? Pero deep inside is natatakot ka na, 'di ba? Or kinakabahan ka na talaga, right? And also it boosts our confidence na we can do it, 'di ba? So maraming job opportunities ang pwede nating applyan, but always think na this is your first time to be interviewed again or to be interviewed in that company. So this is just once in a lifetime opportunity. So I have to give my best, very best na ma-hire ako on that day. Okay. All right. So I think everyone here is practicing on how they smile. Tama ba? Okay. So go lang. Good lang yan. Push nyo yan, guys. Okay. Now, here, practice can lead to confidence or great confidence. Okay. So just to share it with you guys again, diba? Based on my experience though, days or the day before the interview, I put myself in a situation or I imagine that I'm having the interview and then ano yung ba yung mga possible na itatanong sa akin ni recruiter? Okay, so tell me something about yourself. So I make a scenario in my head. Then ano ba yung mga next questions niya? Or I can also ask help from Google since we have access to the internet. Okay, so just browse ka lang dyan kung ano yung mga pwedeng itanong sa ni recruiter. Okay. Kahit na yung mga gasgas na questions is nahihirapan pa rin naman tayo, 'di ba? Also, we can ask our parents, 'di ba? Or yung mga kaibigan natin nagtatrabaho na, "Uy, tinanong ka ng ganito, ano yung dapat mong isagot? Paano mo siya isasagot?" 'Di ba? Okay. All of us are not English speakers, 'di ba? Yun yung some of us are natatakot to speak English, 'di ba? But in front of the mirror, you practice Okay, you practice speaking, you practice smiling, you practice your posture. Then it's like you're teaching yourself how to be confident. Okay, so practice lang ng practice. Okay, nothing harmful naman ang mangyayari sa atin kung magpa-practice tayo, 'di ba? Wala naman siyang bayad. So keep it up, continue and continue. So just to share it with you guys, if you fail on your first interview, just think of it na, oh, that's just a practice. Okay, move forward tayo sa isang company. Okay, nag-fail ka ulit. Then next tayo. Okay, as you go on, okay, you are learning something from those previews. Okay, so do not let yourself down na it's your fault or may mali talaga sa'yo. No, it's not like that. So it's just like practice. Okay, so please do not be harsh to yourself, but treat it as new learnings for you. Okay, and that's all. And thank you so much for listening. And good luck to our graduating students there. Not just the graduating students, but also our breadwinners and yung mga naghahanap ng trabaho. Okay, so please keep it up. You can do it. Okay, so as long as these are just idea, but that this still depends on you on how will you bring yourself during the interview. Okay, so Miss Joyce, thank you so much. I'm all good.
All right, so thank you so much, Miss Jessica. So to our audience, the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions regarding the topic, please feel free to post your questions in the comment section. We have two speakers left po. So sayang naman yung time, guys, opportunity to ask this speakers na meron tayo today. So please put your questions in the comment section and we'll try, of course, to answer your questions. Okay, so you have offline questions here, ma'am. So first question is, are there candidates po ba who do not pass the job interview because of their attire, especially for virtual interviews?
Okay, so as of that part, okay, I believe in the saying of "Do not judge a book by its cover." I'm not so sure if you believe that as well, but sometimes kahit hindi maganda yung damit mo, but the content of that person is really impressive, then he or she might pass the interview. Okay. Actually, wala naman talaga minsan sa damit yan. Okay. It's how you bring yourself to that situation. Kasi if you think that, oh, I will fail this interview, then definitely you will fail. But if you think that na, oh, kaya ko to, may papasa ko to, definitely you will pass the interview.
Mhm. So regardless po ng suot ng applicant on the day.
Yes. But as long as dapat appropriate naman, huwag naman yung naka-SpongeBob t-shirt ka pa dyan, eh, interview mo na. Just something, I think it's very, Filipinos are always eager when it comes to interviews. They prepare talaga. I've noticed na as much as possible, they move to another place, naayos talaga nila yung buhok nila kahit medyo antok-antok pa yan. So, yeah, our Filipinos are very flexible when it comes to this kind of situations.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. So another question is um is it okay to bring notes to interview?
Is it okay to bring
Notes po.
notes during the interview? Yes, of course. Yes, yes. Okay, so for me on my end when I do interviews or when I have interviews, mapa virtual man yan or physical interview, I have this pen. Okay. Actually, hindi ko siya ginagamit during the interview sa pagsusulat. I just use it like something to hold on. Kasi sometimes
Mhm.
I feel nervous. But if you wish to bring notes and pens during the interview, yes, that's okay. Kasi you never know. Your interviewer will ask you, when can you start? Okay, na. Siyempre, ikaw naman take down notes ka. Eh, siyempre, when we are excited, we tend to forget things. So, go lang. Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So, and another question is, what do you think is the most crucial part of job interviews that the applicants should be aware
Mm, crucial part. Let's have the um virtual interviews. Okay. So based on the scenarios that I've given earlier, okay, yun nga is I think checking not checking on your devices is one of the difficult thing na we manage during
of?
the interview kasi first privacy of both ends. Okay. So as a recruiter, I respect the privacy of my applicant. Okay. Kasi as you remember earlier before, I what I mentioned is that I look at my applicant. I judge in a good way, diba? But I don't want to see their family kasi I don't want to think of other things. Oh, bakit ka nandyan? Okay. Just to be safe. Yes. For physical naman, um, crucial is that I've witnessed very young applicants such as 18, like some are undergrad. Okay, so they applied and then as in talagang sobrang mahiyain sila. I can't do nothing about it. I can't do about it. What we do or what we advise them, okay, dear, unfortunately, this is not the time for you yet, but I recommend that you should like practice ganto, or I recommend you in this training, and then it will help you to accomplish kung ano man yung gusto mong i-improve sa iyo. Ayan. So, for me, those are the difficult things that to handle during virtual and then physical interviews. Oh, sorry, Miss. I can't hear you actually.
Sorry, I'm on mute too, but apologies, ma'am. So,
No
this
worries.
question po, for my last question, this one is, I think, one of the most common questions. But of course, we'd like to hear it po from different interviewers, no? So, since you have different ano din, opinions about this, so we'd like to know if being overconfident is a bad thing, or when is overconfidence a bad thing?
Mm-mm. Well, okay. Actually, that's a good question. Being over too confident, is it negative or positive? It can be negative. Yes. How paano siya magiging negative? Okay. Kasi I've witnessed applicants who are too confident of themselves na mas magaling pa sila sa'yo. Well, that's good, yeah. But maybe this company is not for you. Maybe you are aiming for a higher position. Okay. So, um, I appreciate your effort and things of choosing the company, but maybe try another. Okay. Baka itong position na to hindi para sa'yo or pang higher position ka na. Okay. Actually, I've witnessed also applicants who are too confident. They tend to be sometimes rude, lalo na
Mm-hmm.
kapag when they talk to the interviewers, minsan nawawalan na sila ng, yeah, it's just sometimes some of them are just rude and magugulat ka na lang. Okay. Too confident in a positive way when you believe in yourself. Yes, when you believe in yourself that you will get that specific job, and when you think positive things, diba? Okay, so there are a lot of things na pwede nating isipin during the interviews, okay? But not do not tend to overthink na mawawala ka na dun sa pace mo. Just focus on your goal, and that goal is to be hired. Okay, and then everything follows after it, diba? That's all.
Follow-up question. One last question naman. Does the interviewer feels threatened po ba if they see na yung applicant or yung interviewee is really good?
Okay, do we feel threatened? Not actually on my end, not really. But we find them really interesting. I find them really interesting actually kasi wow, marami kang may i-share, possible na may i-share sa company. But that depends on their character kasi as I mentioned earlier, some applicants who are way too confident, they tend to think na alam na nila ang lahat. But some applicants na way too confident and they know they're humble, then maybe they can be a very big asset sa company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
All right.
as much as possible, yeah, go with the flow. As we say, be an underdog ganun, or dark horse during your application, diba?
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering my questions. Okay, so I think no more questions pa rin po from the audience.
Thank
So, mahiyain talaga ang Mariners. So, so we hope na lang that you guys ayan, so learned from the session, no? So thank you so much, Miss Jessica, for sharing your time and your expertise for today's session. So we hope to have you on our next set of webinar again.
True.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Miss
Miss
Joyce. Have a
Jessica.
nice day. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So again, guys, if you're interested to join Probe, you may visit triple W, or you may send your resume link at triple W to jobs180.com/probe. Okay, so moving on to our last topic for today's session. Um, all right, so which is answering virtual interviews. Our last presenter is a graduate of PS Psychology at San Sebastian College, Recoletos de Cavite. She has been working as HR professional for 4 years at Innodata Knowledge Services Incorporated, which is one of the pioneers of work from home arrangement with flexible schedule and highly promotes work-life balance. The talent acquisition lead associate from Innodata Knowledge Services, Ms. Shena Marie Filomeno. Ms. Shena, the floor is yours po. Take it away.
Today is, of course, I will be discussing the FAQs after graduation, so the frequently asked question, job hunting in the new normal, and then things you need to prepare for job interviews, and then most commonly asked questions during interviews. Okay, so before I start my presentation, so I would like to congratulate everyone. So I saw a lot of graduating students sa comment section, and as early as now, I would like to congratulate everyone na let's aim it that graduate kayong lahat. So I am here at least to prepare yourself as early as now, kahit hindi pa kayo gumagraduate, kung ano ba yung mga bagay na pwede niyong gawin kapag nag-apply na kayo ng trabaho. Okay? So the big question after graduation is, what's next? So, ano nang meron after mag-graduate ng college? So for the frequently asked questions after graduation, so the first question na meron tayo is, how did I manage to graduate? So basically, mapapaisip tayo. So to all the sleepless nights that we had sa TC, sa pag-aaral, sa changes from face-to-face classes to virtual or online classes. So paano natin natapos yon? Okay? And then should I get a job right away or bomb for a few months? So for this, so some people or some fresh graduates I know, so they tend to at least think if they will have or they will apply for a job right away after they graduated. So some of them, it took few months before sila mag-decide na, okay, magtatrabaho na ako. And then some of it, some people I know na kapag graduate pa lang nila or before pa sila graduate, naghahanap na sila ng trabaho nila para at least they are ready once na matapos yung graduation nila. Will I get the job I like? So basically, this is a question that we are or that is full of uncertainties because especially now in the new normal, so we are not very sure if yung path na gusto natin or yung trabahong gusto natin is makukuha natin. Okay? So maybe some of us will land a job na hindi siya related sa course na meron tayo. Or some of us magkakaroon ng trabaho na kung ano yung in-aim natin before tayo graduate. And then number 4 is, will I be successful in the future? So this is a big question nung pagka-graduate natin. Okay? So all those sacrifice that we had, So, magiging successful ba siya in the future or kung ano yung mga pinaplan mo or kung ano yung nasa career goals mo, magiging successful ba siya? Of course, there's a lot of twists and turns with our career. So, yeah, so we need to park that question kasi of course, we need to build our career or we need to build na mga bagay na dapat natin gawin while preparing for the real world. Then lastly, what are the things that I need to prepare for me to get a job? So that's why I am here to let you know kung ano na ba yung dapat mga paghandaan natin. So especially that we are now in the new normal. So for the new normal, dito na pumapasok si working from home. So there's a lot of companies that is offering working from home arrangements. So just like our company. So we are offering 100% work from home arrangement. And I know a lot of companies are also offering, but some of them they are requiring their employees to go back in the office. But since pandemic started, so this is the new normal for working setup. Okay, so for the job hunting in the new normal, so of course, first is we need to maximize the use of job portals. So for example, it's Jobs 180. So for example ngayon, so we have a platform called Jobs 180 wherein we can browse a lot of opportunities. So kahit sabihin natin maghahanap pa lang tayo ng internship or maghahanap na tayo ng trabaho, so maraming opportunities na makikita natin sa mga job portals. Of course, we need to maximize those because we don't need to go out or we don't need to spend money looking for a job na pupunta ka pa sa mga sa ibang lugar para maghanap ng trabaho. Then of course, we have also Job Street and etc. Then sending applications through social media. So basically, this platform or this social media is also used for job hunting. So there's a lot of Facebook groups na ikaw na lang yung mamimili kung saan mo gustong mag-join. So if you are a chemistry graduate, so merong mga Facebook groups na doon pinopost ni recruiter yung mga openings for chemistry graduates. Same with nursing or different courses or different careers na pwede nating pag-applyan. So we have the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. So as of now, Facebook has a feature na pwede kang mag-apply or para din siyang portal, job portal. Okay? So maraming recruiters ang babad ngayon sa social media kasi lahat ng tao, since nasa bahay lahat, babad na babad sa social media. Okay? So maybe while browsing, you can at least browse a post na naghahanap na swak doon sa qualification mo. Okay? Then joining virtual trainings and talks. So for this, so just like this opportunity, so habang hindi ka pa gumraduate, so we need to maximize or we need to join a lot of virtual trainings and talks. So of course, to enhance our skills or to widen our knowledge, to widen the information that we have. So kahit nasa bahay tayo. So kahit sabihin natin na umupo ka lang sa tapat ng computer mo or kahit nasa cellphone ka, pwede kang mag-join ng mga virtual trainings and talks. So online assessment. So aside from since we are in the new normal and everything is done virtually, so online assessment is also is a new normal, is part of the new normal. So lahat ng recruiter, so para hindi na pumunta sa opisina or sa company, so ginagawa nila yung process nila online. Okay? So mas madali siya unlike sa face-to-face na paghahanap ng trabaho. Then virtual interview instead of face-to-face. Okay? So this is also a common thing now in new normal. So lahat pag-i-interview or meeting, it can be done through Zoom, Teams, even Messenger. We can use that for a virtual interview. Virtual job offer and contract signing. Okay. So for the next one is what are the things that we need to prepare if we are having a virtual interview. But first, let's define virtual interview. So ano nga ba si virtual interview? So basically, this is the interview that takes place remotely. It's sometimes over the phone, but often using technology like video conferencing and other online communication platforms. So virtual interviews are often conducted much the same way as face-to-face interviews. So virtual communication requires special considerations and adjustments due to the limited ability to read body language and facial expression. Okay. So since going out or applying sa physically sa isang company, so it will be risky. Okay, especially now na may COVID pa. So a lot of companies are doing virtual interviews. But of course, merong pros and cons sa virtual interviews. There's a big or there's at least a difference between virtual interviews and face-to-face interviews. So for virtual interview, of course, it is limited. Okay? So it is limited. So si recruiter hindi niya na makikita yung body language ni applicant. So hindi niya makikita kung ano yung mga mannerism or behavior ni applicant. Kasi virtually lang or there's a barrier between the interviewer and dun sa i-interviewin. Okay? But of course, for virtual interview, it's lesser time or mas convenient siya sa atin. So kahit nasa bahay tayo, magkaroon lang tayo ng magandang background or tahimik na lugar, makakapag-conduct na tayo ng interview or makakapagpa-interview na tayo sa recruiter. Okay? And then, of course, if you are having a virtual interview, technology is a must. So we need to test your technology beforehand. Okay? Please check your camera and microphone, internet connection, if naglalag ba siya or nagpuputol-putol or bumibitaw yung internet connection mo. So, virtual online application, pinaka-importante is internet connection. Okay? Very relying tayo sa internet. You need to download necessary software that you will be using for interview. So maybe you can ask the interviewer, so anong platform po ba yung gagamitin natin kapag mag-i-interview? So that if ever that you don't have that application, makakapag-download ka beforehand. Okay? So let's say kahit na-check mo na yung mga kailangan mong i-check kapag magkakaroon ka ng virtual interview, at least 15 minutes before the interview, you need to check all the things above for smooth virtual interview. Okay? So mahirap na kung baka mamaya sa mismong interview po magkaroon ng problema yung mic mo, yung camera mo. So, syempre, magkakaroon ng mas hahaba yung time or mas time-consuming siya kapag nagkaroon pa ng problema. Okay, yan. Example of the platform para sa virtual interview is Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, Messenger, and a lot of applications. Number 2 is we need to wear professional attire. Okay? So kahit sabihin natin nasa bahay tayo nagpapa-interview, we need to be decent or at least we need to be presentable with the interviewer. So kahit half of our body lang yung nakikita sa video, so of course we need to make an impression na formal. Okay? So you can wear blazers or you can wear polo shirts or you can wear something na hindi sleeveless or at least swak na swak siya sa interview. So just like preparing for a face-to-face interview. And for example, so of course, tank tops, rompers or any sleeveless shirts, of course, we need to at least it's a no-no. Okay? So, mas maganda maging presentable pa din kahit virtual interview lang. Okay. So, number 3, of course, you need to prepare in advance. So, basically, the recruiters will tell you or will invite you for an interview 2 days or 1 day before the interview. So, what you need to do is you need to plan your answers for commonly asked interview questions. So, later, sasabihin ko yung mga commonly asked questions and paano mo siya sasagutin. But of course, we need to maximize also the use of Google. So, marami na sa Google na nakalagay ano ba yung mga common na tinatanong sa interview. So, how will you tell about yourself? So, etc. So, pwede mo na siyang i-search. Then, you need to prepare also for situational questions. So, because the recruiter would like to check if how are you going to respond or to react for a certain situation kapag nagtatrabaho ka na. So, basically, you need to also prepare for situational questions. And then you need to research the company. So again, you can use Google or you can use Facebook to check their website. So you need to check kung ano ba yung history ni company. Saan siya located, ano yung mission, vision, ano ang services na ino-offer ni company na a-applyan mo. And then you need to prepare relevant examples of your achievements and experiences. So for those fresh graduates, you can prepare at least or you can check your experiences during your college years. So maybe if tinanong kayo ng situational question, you can apply those experiences sa tinatanong sa inyo. But if you have already an experience working, so mas maganda. So you have an idea na kung paano ka magre-respond sa mga question na itatanong sa iyo ni recruiter. Okay? Then number 4 is you need to limit distractions. So you need to choose a room that is clean and professional looking. So dapat decent, at least okay yung background, at least alam mo yung malilimit mo yung sarili mo sa distraction para at least you can focus to the questions ng nag-i-interview sa'yo. You need to place your computer on a table instead of your lap or couch. So, para hindi maging shaky yung video. So, of course, kapag shaky, so may tendency na madidistract din si interviewer. So, it's a two-way. So, hindi lang ikaw madidistract, pati yung mag-i-interview sa'yo. Then you need to tell people you are sharing space with to be quiet and your area will be off limit during your interview time. So let's say you are occupying a room or you are occupying a space na limited lang or may mga ka-share ka sa kwarto. So maybe you can tell them na okay, I will be having an interview, so baka pwedeng i-minimize yung voice or pwedeng maging available muna tong space na to para sa interview ko. So, para at least maging smooth yung interview. At again, hindi ma-distract yung ini-interview at yung magi-interview. Okay. So, we need to use professional body language because it is one of the factors na sine-check din ni recruiter. So, we need to avoid unnecessary movements. Okay. So, ito, medyo gito kasi pag nagsasalita ako, medyo magalaw yung kamay ko. But of course, as much as possible, we need to avoid that. Okay? So, we can use just a minimal movement kapag in-interview tayo. And then, we need to sit up straight and ensure your camera is placed so your face is so your face is in the middle of your screen. Okay? So, magandang kitang-kita ka na malinaw or kitang-kita ka na maayos na nag-interview sa'yo. Then you need to show enthusiasm like smiling and giving confidence with eye contact. Okay? So baka mamaya nagpapa-interview ka, parang tamad na tamad ka sumagot or parang you are showing uninterested doon sa tinatanong sa'yo. But of course, since nag-a-apply ka ng trabaho, so you need to show confidence or you need to show na interesado ka talaga doon sa position na ina-apply mo at sa company na balak mong pagtrabahuhan. Okay, and then it is also important na makipag-eye contact sa nag-i-interview sa'yo. Okay, and then number 6 is we need to build rapport. So when communicating virtually, so it is important to find ways to establish rapport. You can do this by being prepared to talk about a common interest. You need to ask how your interviewer's experience has been with virtual interviews, or by finding some other neutral topic with which to learn more about your interviewer. So nasanay kasi tayo na ang interviewer ang laging or si HR ang laging nagtatanong sa atin. But just to build a rapport, of course, wala namang masama sa pagtatanong sa recruiter. So maybe they can share with you their experiences working on that company na balak mong pagtrabahuhan. Okay, so that the atmosphere and then the flow of the interview will be, you will be smooth sailing or mas comfortable. Okay, and then you can share comfortably your thoughts, your answers, your experiences with the recruiter. So, of course, be authentic. So, if you are interviewed or if in-interview ka, you have the rare opportunity to speak in a relaxing, familiar environment and show the interviewer who you are and why you're the best person for the job. Recruiters will look for how you express yourself to understand whether you are a good fit for the company. You can use tools like your body language, facial expressions, and interviews preparation to convey your confidence and personality as it relates to the position. So, kanina narinig ko kay Sir Kip na syempre malalaman ni recruiter kung totoo yung sinasabi mo. So, hindi na natin kailangan mag-invento ng mga bagay-bagay. Kasi malalaman at malalaman ni interviewer or ni HR kung totoo ba yung sinasabi mo. 'Di ba? Parang mas okay na you can be honest with the experiences, with the credential or with the achievements that na meron ka so that makita ni HR na talagang interesado ka na mag-apply sa company or sa kumpanyang ina-applyan mo at best fit ka for that position. Okay? And then follow up. So you can follow up from the HR, from the recruiter. So you can ask them if ano ba ang next process after ng interview nyo. So, di ba, usually tinatanong naman tayo ng HR if may question tayo. So maybe that will be the best time na to ask the interviewer kung anong magiging next step after ng interview na yon. So when will I know the result of my application? You can ask that also. And then what is the culture of the company? So you can ask the recruiter para at least personal experience na yung ma-share niya sa'yo about the culture ng company. So you can send, or it is a good practice to send a follow-up email within 24 hours of an interview, thanking the interviewer. Of course, don't forget to thank the interviewer para sa time and letting them know that you are available if they have any additional questions. Okay? So maybe after the interview, so let's say in-interview ka ngayon, so tomorrow, you can ask a follow-up tomorrow kasi sa dami-dami na pinaprocess ni HR, there are some times na hindi na nare-recall ni HR. Okay? So, yung iba, syempre, natatagalan yung feedback. It can be due to the number of applicants or maybe sa hiring manager. So may mga certainties or may mga factors kasi nakaka-affect bakit hindi agad nakakapag-feedback si HR. So it can help if you will send an email or it can help if you can ask for a follow-up sa HR para at least they are aware na nag-apply ka or they are aware na okay, kailangan namin magbigay ng feedback sa applicant ito. But of course, as an HR, we need to give feedbacks para alam ni applicant kung ano yung status ng application nila. Okay, so this is the commonly asked questions during interviews. So the first one is, lagi natin ito nadidinig at it can be very, very searchable siya sa Google. Tell me about yourself. So, maraming students or maraming tao or nag-a-apply nagtatanong is, paano ko ba sasabihin yung about yourself kung nasa resume ko naman na? So, you can start by discussing your current situation. Okay? So, ano ba? Basically, you can tell them if why are you looking for a job, or ano ba, are you employed, currently employed, or unemployed, looking for a job? So at least you can tell them about your current situation. So work backwards by hitting key points along your professional journey. So you can tell them also kung ano yung mga naging experiences mo. And you need to connect that to your background, interest, and qualification back to the job. Okay? Sa job na ina-applyan mo. The next one is how would you describe yourself? Okay? So, of course, you need to be positive. So, lagi sinasabi natin na you need to show the best points kung anong meron ka. Then, you need to make sure that you align your qualities and characteristics with the skills they believe are required to succeed in the role. So, for example, is I am passionate about my work. I am a I am a people person, or I'm a natural leader, etc. So, of course, you need to be positive. Para tayo nagtitinda, we are selling ourselves. We are selling our good qualities. So, the next one is, why do you want to work here? Diba? Yung iba pilosopo, sasabi na, kasi nag-hire kayo or naghahanap kayo ng tao. But of course, interviewers often ask this question because they need to determine if you will be able to research, or if you had a time to research about the company and think critically about whether you're a good fit for a position that you are applying. The best way to prepare for this question is to do your homework and learn about the products, services, mission, history, and culture of the workplace. So for your answer, you need to mention the aspects of the company that appeals to you and aligns with your values and career goals. So again, you can use Google. You can search the services, the location, etc., or all the information about the company. So maybe you can pick up from that na kung ano yung mga qualities na tingin mong nababagay or makifit sa personality mo. Okay? So you can use that. Then what are your greatest strengths and weaknesses? So of course, bakit ba ito tinatanong? Para at least alam ni HR or malaman ni HR kung aware ba tayo sa strengths and weaknesses natin, kung saan tayo nag-excel at kung ano yung mga kailangan natin i-improve. So first strength is you need to share your most relevant technical and soft skills. You also need to share your few positive qualities and personal attributes. So you can back them up with examples. So mga strength na yon, ano-ano bang mga experiences yung nagamit mo yung certain skills na yon. And then relate them back to a role for which you are applying. So you can tell them, or you can share with them, so why those strengths will help you to secure that position. So for weaknesses, so if you answered correctly, you need to share, or you can share your weaknesses that shows that you are self-aware, aware ka sa weakness na yon, and you are interested to continue growth and learning that are extremely attractive to many employers. Okay? So it is very important that we are aware about the things that we need to improve, and then we are very much willing to learn and to continue our growth as an employee. So number 5 is, what are your goals for the future? So it is usually asked because we need to ask, or the HR need to ask, if your future goals, or it can be determined whether or not you're looking to stay with the company long term. So of course, it is very important na malaman ni company or ni HR kung magtatagal ba tong tao na to or tong empleyado na to sa company. Okay? Okay? Because of course, it is very important na kung malaman namin na, okay, baka naman months lang ito tumagal, or nakikita namin na, baka tumagal ito ng ilang years, at ma-maximize yung skills ni employee. So, this question is used to gauge your ambition. So, we need to know your ambition, your expectation for your career, and ability to plan ahead. So, the best way to handle this question is to examine your current career trajectory and how this role helps you reach your long-term goals. Okay? So for the sixth one is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So tinitignan ni HR, okay, after 5 years, ano ba sa tingin nito ng empleyado na to? Ano na ba yung mga na-reach niya? Ano na ba yung goals? Kung yung goals sa sinabi niya nung in-interview siya is same pa din ang goals niya ngayong after 5 years. So you need to understand how you imagine your life in the future. It can help employers understand whether the trajectory of the role and company fits in with your personal development goals. Okay, so maybe for your, you can see yourself 5 years in a higher position, or maybe in 5 years you will pursue, or you are planning to pursue further education. So it can be master's, PhD, or short courses. So yan. So magandang malaman ni employer kung ano yung magiging plan natin. Saka kung ano, how do we view ourselves as a person. And then lastly is, why should we hire you? So this is the last question that is commonly asked. So bakit ka namin i-hire? So employers might ask this question to learn a few different things about you. First, they want to know what differentiates you from other candidates. So marami, of course, si employer or si HR, marami ng aplikante na na-interview yan, na na-assess. So kailangan malaman ni HR kung ano yung unique na bagay na kailangan malaman ni HR kung ano yung unique na bagay na meron ka na nagdi-differentiate sa ibang aplikante na na-interview nila. Diba? So, and then they need to know if what will they gain by hiring you specifically over the interviews. So they might ask also this question to see how you handle difficult situation, because this question has the potential to stump candidates. It can be challenging to explain why you're the best person for a job in a humble, thoughtful way. Okay? So you can tell your qualities, good qualities, your uniqueness to the employers without sounding na nagbabrag ka. Or okay lang na maging confident, but we need to lessen or maging overconfident tayo sa interview. Okay? So again, we need to be humble and we need to show authenticity when we are having an interview. Okay? So, I hope na marami kayong natutunan. And then I would like to say na if ever na-apply nyo lahat ng sinabi ko or tips na binigay ko, is congratulations on your first job. But just to add, I would like also to emphasize that aside from being prepared, we need to be healthy. We need to be healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically when we are applying a job. Okay? So, very important ang mental health ngayon, lalo na sa panahon ngayon. So, we need to do something to be mentally healthy and emotionally healthy. Okay? So, thank you very much. So, where you can reach us? So, you can reach us through Jobs180. You can search jobs180.com/Innodata. We have also Facebook page. We have the for if you know someone or if you are located in Cebu or Visayas, you can reach out to Innodata HR Recruitment Mandawi. If you are here in Metro Manila, you can reach out to Ibarra Shakting Company in Careers. And if you are in Bicol region, you can reach out to Innodata Legaspi. Then email, you can reach us to hr-manila@innodata.com. And if you want to have work from home opportunity set up, you can reach out to spadlangbayan@innodata.com. Okay? Thank you very much.
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Shena. So unfortunately, Miss Shena won't be able to join us for the Q&A. Pero if you have questions po regarding her topic, please you may send us a message sa aming Facebook Messenger. So it's ayan, so facebook.com/jobs180.com, or you may email us at info@jobs180.com should you wish to ask questions po po. Ayan. So to our audience, thank you so much for staying, and we hope you learned and enjoyed the session. And if may tanong po kayo, again, you may send us a message sa aming Facebook Messenger, facebook.com/jobs180. So thank you so much, Ms. Shena. And to officially close our program, may we invite and Ms. Vivian Armario, the OIC of Student Affairs and Services.
And thank you very
Ms.
much, Miss Joyce. Okay, so as we close the first part of this activity, on behalf of the management and the Students Affairs and Services, I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to Mr. Kim Chua, the Managing Director of Jobs 180, also the speakers, Miss Cherry, Mi Antonio, Miss Jessica Galang, and Miss Shena Filomeno, and of course our MC, Miss Joyce Katakutan. So indeed, the pointers shared with you, dear students, are of great help as you prepare for the journey of a career outside the premises of the school, especially in this new normal. Just remember that before you will be hired, you must undergo the recruitment and hiring process which starts from preparing of your resume, dressing up during the interview, and of course, leaving a mark during the interview or even during the employment examination. So the preparation itself is an edge closer to having your dream job in the future. Again, thank you very much to Jobs 180, to Global Probe, and Innodata Knowledge Services. Enjoy your lunch and stay still for the second part of the event. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Vivian, for gracing the event. Thank you so much, ma'am, and for allowing us, of course, to power your event. So we look forward to more events with MPCF. Thank you so much, Dr. Vivian. Ingat po.
Thank you.
All right. So once again, thank you so much to our speakers po for today. Thank you, ma'am. And there you have it, guys. We are done with the talk proper. And we successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's sessions. And again, as mentioned earlier, so please do not forget to evaluate this event and ask for your attendance. So the link is flashed on your screen. So there are two links po. First, the attendance link. Ayan. And then the evaluation link. Both the links po are available at the comment section. So kindly check na lang po and let us know if the links are working. And I believe the links are up po until this afternoon. So kindly answer na po the forms right away before mag-close po yung forms. Yeah, so please fill out the online attendance form and the evaluation form. So you will be answering two forms for this session. So we would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event, and we hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. And of course, we would like to thank Mariners, Legaspi, especially Miss Malu, for collaborating with Jobs 180. Thank you so much, ma'am. And of course, please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. Please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed, and you are welcome, guys, to join in on those sessions too. And kung gusto niyo pong balikan, na-miss niyo po yung first part or yung buong session ng webinar natin for today, pwede niyo pong balikan sa aming Facebook at YouTube page. So, ayan, search nyo lang Jobs 180 Facebook page or Jobs 180 YouTube page. So, the program is finally concluded. This is your host, Joyce Katakutan. We will see you soon and have a great afternoon. Ingat, everyone!
With the implementation of the Republic Act 10533, or the Basic Education Act of 2013, the journey of aspiring maritime professionals commences as early as senior high school. The purpose to provide students with sufficient time to master fundamental maritime concepts and skills, and aptly prepare them for tertiary education or employment. At Mariners, under the maritime specialization, students can choose to pursue either TVL or the Technical Vocational Livelihood, or the pre-baccalaureate maritime track. Graduates of TVL Maritime, after acquiring certification for ratings, can already qualify to employment in the maritime industry, while graduates of the pre-baccalaureate, which is a modified STEM strand of the academic track, are primed for higher education degree programs with a zealous intent of becoming maritime officers in the future. Since shipping is inherently international in nature, the implementation of maritime degree programs are strictly monitored jointly by the Commission on Higher Education or CHED and the Maritime Industry Authority or MARINA. Hence, even at the very onset, applicants for the Bachelor of Science in Maritime Transportation and Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering are subjected to thorough screening procedures in compliance with Mariners' carrying capacity and admission policy. The BS in Marine Transportation deals with the study of navigation, cargo handling, and stowage, controlling the safe operation and care for persons on board ship at the operational level. The BS in Marine Engineering, on the other hand, focuses on the study of marine propulsion system and its auxiliaries, its operation and maintenance, as well as controlling the operation of the ship and care for persons on board at the operational level of marine engineering. This program also deals with electrical, electronics, and control engineering. The curricula for both BSMT and BSMARE programs are designed using a 3-to-1 structure that covers the proficiency specified under the Philippine Qualifications Framework or PQF Level 6 and relevant competencies defined in the Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping or the STCW Code. This means that the first 3 years of schooling is devoted to academic studies, wherein the school employs outcome-based education and assessment approach on teaching and learning, while the remaining 1 year is intended for shipboard training on board commercial vessels plying domestic or international sea lanes. The shipboard training, or SBT, is a form of experiential learning and a sine qua non component of maritime education and training. Thus, in the maritime curricula, it is only after the successful completion of the 3-year academic phase that students become official candidates for shipboard practice or CSP. It clearly warrants, at this point, students' readiness to transition from college to cadets and cadets on board ships. Through Mariners' domestic and international industry partners, students are offered with cadetship opportunities for shipboard trainings. During the sea phase, trainees are exposed to practical job experiences that allows for the translation of their knowledge, skills, and attitude learned in school in an authentic and professional environment. The scheme further facilitates the acquisition of more learnings and the development of new competencies, as well as provide ample opportunities for trainees to galvanize professional networks in the field. SBT progress is closely tracked by the school through institutionalized monitoring system. Upon completion of their SBT, trainees return to Mariners, present their training requirements for validation, and submit themselves to written and practical assessment. Students who pass the evaluation become candidates for BS in Marine Transportation or BS in Marine Engineering. The school endorses them to CHED for the conferment of their respective maritime degrees. As a culminating stride towards officership, graduates of these programs take the licensure examination for marine officers that is administered by Marina. Mariners then closely monitors the continuing progression of graduates on the leadership ladder, as well as track their small and great achievements alike in their respective maritime careers in shipping industry, education and training, and government service. Today, on this momentous and historic event, 3 clusters of marineros are present to be affirmed as candidates for shipboard training, conferred as graduates of their respective baccalaureate programs, and lauded as maritime professionals. Mariners Legaspi is humbled and grateful for being part of your maritime journey. It is our utmost pride and honor to provide the industry with a steady stream of competent leaders who will make a difference and positively impact on the field of maritime.
Jollibee Foods Corporation is one of the largest and fastest growing Asian restaurant companies in the world. Home to formidable brands with Jollibee at the helm. It operates over 5,800 stores spanning 35 countries across Asia, North America, and Europe. From its humble ice cream house beginnings to becoming a dominant industry leader, JFC's business model has sustained profitable growth for 4 decades, evidenced by its steadily increasing net sales, profit, and stock market performance. It is the recipient of numerous international accolades, from Best Employer to Most Outstanding Corporation, to Asia's most admired company. JFC continuously gives back to the communities it operates in through the Jollibee Group Foundation. Its core programs are centered on food security, alleviating hunger so children can continue their schooling, and connecting small farmers to sell their produce to large institutions to uplift their livelihood. Through consistent taste superiority, outstanding value for money, and the highest quality of food, service, and cleanliness, coupled with the talent and commitment of its world-class organization expanding across the globe, JFC delivers on its mission to bring the joy of eating to everyone. Taking it closer to its vision of becoming one of the top 5 restaurant companies in the world. This is Jollibee Foods Corporation.